What's up, everybody? This is D from Brooklyn, and I bet you can tell by the sounds of the birds singing and the flowers blooming that it is that time of year again. It is time for me to break out the summer tub now. In the midst of all that's going on with the viruses and the quarantines, and I know you guys are at home going out of your minds, this is the time that I calm my nerves by working on my fish projects, and one of which being the summer tub. Now, I know what you're saying, right? Yo, D, we can hear you. What's up? Well, that is because your brother finally got a mic and I'm using it. So I don't want to hear you guys saying, yo, D, can't hear you. Bruh, 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 bruh. And hey, D, I got bruh, 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 bruh. So I got my mic. I'm using it. Thank you. I always take your suggestions, try to make myself better. Once again, it is our goal to always get better and share the love. So yeah, I'm over here looking at the tub. I have it standing up for most of the year, so I'm just putting it down now and checking it out. Let me bring the camera in for a closer look. Take it off the old tripod here. And amazingly enough, there's a lot of green still in here from last year. The Java moss, surprisingly enough, I wonder if this is going to come back. It just might. Clean it out. I got a lot of snail shells. I did have a big snail problem, which actually transferred into the house when I brought a lot of the plants into the house. But for the most part, I want to check this out. I don't stand it up over the winter, although this year we had a very mild winter. It was like no snow this year. But I stand it up so I don't have any ice sitting in it. I want to check it for holes, cracks, anything like that. So far, everything looks good. I got a lot of wood that I actually store in the greenhouse. We'll take a look at the greenhouse in a minute. But as you may know, this is a 70-gallon trough made by Bellum Country. I got it from some hydroponics growers on Craigslist. Shout out to you guys. They were doing amazing things out there. I bought this trough off of them, and I believe I've had this, this is year number 3 now, if I'm not mistaken. And it's done really well. I have the screen for it because you do get animals. I'm in Brooklyn, but I'm one of the few yards with the green thumb. I am a plant guy, and my yard is one of the few here with a lot of wildlife. I got my slumlord birdhouse. I got to build a new birdhouse. But I had animals actually fall through that screen and end up in the tub and make a wreck of things. So this is made with chicken wire, some 1x1s, and some mesh on the top of it to limit the leaves from the grapevine and the bird poop or whatever, because I get a lot of birds. As you can see, they nest up here. And it does amazing things. So I'm just checking that out, doing my once over, keeping my mind right. One of the things you guys should do while we're going through all this turmoil, keep yourself busy. Do things around the house, spend time with your family, take care of your fish, keep your mind right and the body will follow. That's my words of wisdom. As Mama Lorraine used to say, God bless her, my mother, take what you got, make what you need until you can afford what you need to want. And by the time you need it or want it, you don't need it anymore because you already made do. But anyway, this is the tub. So what you want to do is check out my supports, which I've done. This is built pretty damn strong. There's some 2x4s, 4x4s, there's some cinder block here because once this fills with water, it does get really heavy. This has been doing me pretty well. I have another container for a project that I was thinking of doing, but that kind of got done on the wayside because I really didn't need to have like 15 projects back here. But I was going to have some Rubbermaid bins on that just for the larvae, like pulling the fry out, or just one for growing some larvae to feed these guys. But I didn't feel the need to do that last year because this thing, once I get the solar powered pumps in here, it becomes pretty self-sufficient. One of the good things about this tub being 6 foot long is the more increased water volume, it actually does much better. The bigger the water volume, the more water volume you have, the more stable it is, especially when it gets cold, and we get cold nights here in Brooklyn. I'm not going to fill it now. Right now I'm inspecting it, but since we have pretty mild year, I'll leave it sitting up right now. I'll let it set up with some water, let the rainwater start collecting in here. I'll fill maybe about an inch with water from my hose, but after that, I let Mother Nature take its course. And the sign that I take when I know it's time to set up the tub is when my tulips come up. When my tulips come up, it is officially springtime for me. So I've been cleaning the yard, doing my little maintenance, and that's the signal that it's getting stable. So let's take a look at the greenhouse while we're out here. The greenhouse, on the other hand, took quite a beating. This greenhouse is approaching its second year. I think this is the second year. Great greenhouse, man. A little portable. Me and my daughter put it together. It was only about 50 bucks, so what do you want? But one of the things, first thing to go on this thing was the zipper, and that stood a year. It was a year, and then the zipper broke. So that was the first thing. But great shelving in here. I'll open it up here right now. I'm just using like blocks and stuff to keep the animals and stuff out. As you can see, I got a lot of my outdoor stuff still in here. I got pothos growing in here. I got some Java moss from in the house that I got in here. And I still got white clouds in this tub, believe it or not. I did not take them in. Look at all the duckweed in there. There are white clouds still in there that wintered up out here. The main issue with this, other than the zippers breaking, as you can see, the zippers did one of these numbers, so that didn't help a lot. The plastic did not winter over well. Once it dried out, you can see holes in it, especially in the roof. And water got in, as you can see. I didn't fill this with water. This is water from the rain. You can see it filled this, and I figured out why my plant was actually doing good when I wasn't watering it. Is because the whole tub was full of water. Look at this. Oh man, my tools in here, my little trowel. Let me pull that out. Don't need that sitting in water all year. But what do you want? It was 50 bucks, and believe me, I got quite a few fry. I had white clouds in here, which I got quite a few of them, quite a few fry. Let me see, right now, I'm getting a temperature of about 45. I'm reading that right, about 45 in here, and that's because I just have it wide open. So right now I'm basically going through all my outdoor projects and seeing what the state of everything is. I could always get another greenhouse covering and just replace this, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do an upgrade. I'm gonna kick this up a notch. Maybe I'll use some plastic and go over this. But this side, actually, the plastic is good. No holes in this side. So basically from the ice or the cold beating on the top, the sides are good. But I'll always adapt. Homie know how to adapt. Yeah, it's basically the top. The sides are good. So I can go over this with plastic, but that doesn't address the zipper problem. So I'll probably just get another one of these and replace the covering. It was only 50 bucks. And the frame of this is pretty good. Good frame. You can actually put 10 gallons. This is a 10-gallon tank. Oh, wow. Look at this. I have a crap load of plants in here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's some Rotala in there. Wow, there's a lot of plants in there, and I didn't bring them in. There's guppy grass in there. Okay, so I probably don't have to buy any plants. One thing I don't want is this duckweed, so I'm not going to take anything out of here. Yeah. And this didn't freeze. One word of advice, if you're going to do anything outside, glass is not a good medium for raising a fish outside, because glass heats up very quickly, as I found that out in Container Pond 1.0 about 6 years ago. Glass is bad, and if you use plastic, you got to use good plastic. This container actually has a split in it. Hard to see, but it has a split in it. The water won't go higher than that because there's a split in it, and I did raise a lot of fish in it. If you're going to do anything outside, you got to get the heavy, like brute style Rubbermaid containers like these. If you try to go cheap and get your Walmart joints like this, you'll end up with that. It literally crumbles. It literally crumbles because as it gets hot and cold, you see how that's snapping? It literally becomes brittle. So word to the wise, you can do it. Just put your brain and your pocket in the right place. Don't try to go cheap because you only end up spending twice as much. And I'm gonna raise some of this Java moss out here in the greenhouse here. Let it get some real natural sun. That really usually kicks it up tenfold and gets me going. So by the time I get the tub filled up, I'll have plants going. And it is a beautiful day. One beautiful thing about having a yard is in all this chaos and confusion, I can still go outside and I'm not worried about quarantine. I'm in my own space and I can get this time to clean up my yard and get kind of ready. So this is D giving you a shout out, a little bit of words of wisdom. Don't go nuts. God is good all the time. A little of the Lord's sunlight is all I need. Keep me in good spirits. And it's one of the beautiful things about tubbing outside. If you can do it, give it a try, man. Cold water species. Matter of fact, that's one question I got out to you. Let me know what you think I should raise in the summer tub this year. I've done a lot of things. I've had mollies. I've had all kinds of minnows. I've had killifish. I did really good with the paradise fish. Probably raised about 20 of those fry. Gave them out to friends who've raised them. I donated some to my school's marine lab who've raised them. Really did good. Didn't do good with the albino paradise, but the regular paradise fish really did good. The white clouds I had outside did really good. Danios, I must have had 100 of those at least. So leave me a comment below. I'm trying to get an idea of what I'm going to raise this year. I was thinking about goldfish, but they get kind of big. Maybe I can get a smaller species goldfish, maybe telescopes or something like that. And I don't really keep goldfish, so at the end of the season I probably end up giving them away. But leave them in the comments below what you think I should raise out here. I look forward to hearing from you guys. And one of the things I turn over the tub, because I usually have it standing up, I make sure it is steady. And this is me standing in the tub. Yep, all the way around. I want to make sure there's no weak spots, because once this fills with water, baby, it's on and popping. I got my drain here for when it rains. I have my drain here, which overflows into my 5-gallon container of water so I can capture excess rainwater. The rest I divert into my garden beds. Or I was thinking of actually raising some vegetables, putting a little vegetable planter over here. So let me know in the comments what you think. I'm really curious as to whether this Java moss and guppy grass is going to come back. I think it will. And a lot of snail shells. Look at all these. They're like fossils. All of these snails that I had in here. One of the good things about that is they feed my fish. All the larvae that come in the outside tubs are really good for raising fry. So I'm going to keep this video short. Look at this beautiful piece of wood. This is awesome. And I got that from my backyard. Awesome, right? Old dried up grapevine wood. You'd think okay, birdies, take it easy. Stop fighting. Look at that. Okay, take it easy. And don't poop on my car. That's the only problem with having that great outside space. I don't want all these birds pooping on my car. Hey, take it easy. Gotta break up fights with birds, ain't that something? All right, this is D signing out, arguing with birds. Love, peace, and hair grease. I'm out. See ya. Hope I ain't getting you dizzy flipping this all over the place. Okay, I think their argument is finished. See ya.